Hello everyone and welcome to this episode, and today we're going to talk about not being predictable and the importance of having variety and having uniqueness to creating a special interior designed, decorated home for you. Not being predictable is extremely important. I think often if you are intimidated by design or you're intimidated by style, it's very easy to open up page 7 of a Pottery Barn catalog and just say, oh, this must be the quintessential or appropriate way to design or decorate my home. So I just want to take page 7 and I'm just going to put it into my home. Or you walk into IKEA and you look at an entire room and you say, I want to take this room exactly as it is and put it into your home. And my recommendation is some of that is good to be inspired by, but not all of it. Having those unpredictable moments shows your uniqueness, and that uniqueness celebrates and illustrates your personal narrative. And as we've discussed before in the previous videos, design and this whole process that we're going on as we look to decorate our home and as we look to make our worlds more stylish is about celebrating the authenticity of who you are. And as you decorate your home, it is a 3-dimensional representation of your personal narrative. So you are a unique person. I'm sure that there are many things about you that are unpredictable, and you want to make sure that you have those moments of unexpected wit and humor or whimsy that give people an insight into who you are. And those moments of wit, humor, or individuality can be very small in scale. So for me, I actually have a few different small sculptures that I purchased from China. I actually got a gift from a friend who lives in Germany that has it's actually one of the first bobbleheads. It's this really cool, interesting, small wooden bobblehead, and I love it. It's small, it's quirky, it's completely unexpected. It goes against kind of everything that my design sensibility is about, but to me it makes sense because I'm complex, and as much as I like things to be organized and refined and thoughtful and systematic, there are parts of me that are spontaneous and quirky and unusual, and that moment or that introduction of that unexpected wooden bobblehead or figurine from China just expresses and really showcases the unique side of me. So you may be wondering, okay, I want to express myself uniquely, but I just want it to be easy. I want it to be simple. I want it to feel like it's thoughtful, but I don't want it to take a lot of thought. And so where is the best place to do it and how to do it? My recommendation is that you actually do it in your living room. I think that the living room is the best place to actually be unpredictable, to showcase your personality, and to do something that is unique. And so I would recommend those unpredictable moments if you are afraid of commitment and you don't want it to be bold and you don't want it to be big, is to do something that is small on your coffee table. Whether it is like an interesting set of coasters or whether it is an unpredictable or unique tray that you may either have books or you may have other things in, or you can even have just a small decorative box that I've often used to hold my remotes. And that's a really great way to be able to display your own unique personality, and it's completely unexpected, is to take all of those 3, 4, and 5 remotes that we all have, one for the TV, one for cable, one for the VCR, and have a box to place them in so that they're not in the way and that they're organized. But that can also be a way for you to express your unique side. It's unpredictable, it's unexpected, it's functional, and it can show your personality. So you may be saying, Eric, I've actually purchased a lot of my furniture from some of the most common everyday places. And I too do the same. So you may be buying it from Target, you may be buying it from IKEA, you may be buying it from Pottery Barn, or you may even be buying it from your local department store. And you may be saying, Eric, these things are pretty safe and they're pretty basic, but I want to express my own unique personality. And how do I do that? And I think that there's a few ways that you can do that. One is that you can look for the smaller decorative elements and the decorative objects in your home to showcase your personality. And this is for those of you who are a little bit more shy and more reserved about decorating and design. So I would recommend things like pillows. I would recommend things like coasters, like I mentioned before, buckets, and some of those smaller decorative elements to show your personality. The next way is if you have a little bit more budget, but you are either repurposing a classic everyday furniture piece or you purchase something that was super discounted and you want to personalize it, is you can reupholster it. And this sounds like it's, a really laborious project, and it's not easy, but it's not as difficult as you think it can be. And it is really, guys, a great way to make something that is custom and something that is unique to you. And I often would recommend that if you're merging the two together, where you're reupholstering something that is vintage and you're sort of still taking a risk in terms of design, and this is where you want to show your unique personality, that you do it in a space that is a little bit more personal. So I would say I do it more in the bedroom. I would do it more in a guest room, something that is a little bit more quiet and a little bit more serene. There's a few ways that if you're buying or you have furniture that is pretty common, like we all do, you can either introduce something unique through decorative objects and small elements if you're shy, or if you have a larger budget and you want to go bold and you want to commit to that expression a little bigger, I would say reupholster your furniture. It'll make a huge impact and it'll definitely create a unique experience in your home. Interior decorating is all about celebrating your unique personality. Interior decorating is about creating your own personal brand, right? And you may be saying, well, Eric, I just want to make my house pretty. I just want to make it nice. I just want to make it look good. And I'm here to tell you all of those things are great, but really what it's about celebrating your truest, most authentic self. And after 20 years of working at a ton of different brands and retailers, I know that people connect with authenticity and people connect with brands. And what makes a brand is having an authentic voice. It's about being unique. It's about being bold, and it's about being consistent, and it's about showing variety. And so all of those things and all of those elements are all transferable to your own home, and they are indicative and representative of a stylish home. So as you are decorating and as you are creating this beautiful environment for your home, understand that you are creating your own personal brand. And what better place and what better way to express it than in your own home? It's your safe haven. It's the place that traditions are made, memories are had, and where you escape from all of the hectic chaos that happens in the world. So don't underestimate the power of what you're looking to do, which is to create a home for you, but also build and celebrate your brand, which is who you are. Predictability is one of the things in design that can ruin the overall elevation and the configuration of an environment that feels like it is premium and that it feels like it's well thought. And by predictability, I mean that everything is really sort of expected and everything is really safe, and it becomes mundane and it becomes almost boring. And so you may be saying, okay, Eric, that sounds really big and it sounds really kind of complex, and I'm just really trying not to make my living room predictable. So how do I do that? And I would say the first step is to look into yourself, right? This is all about expressing who you are. And so predictability for you will most likely be the first things that you choose to decorate. And the first things that you gravitate towards are the things that you have a comfort level with. Those are things that you either have an affinity for, that come very easy to you, and those are the things that you feel safe with. So when you're decorating, those safe things typically become the base or the foundation, if not 100% of what your home looks like. safety sometimes is predictable, guys, right? And so when I say look into you, now once you've gotten through the foundation of safety and I've chosen all the things that I know that I like and all the things that I feel really comfortable with, dig a little bit deeper and find the things about your personality or things that you love or things that you travel to that you hold very dear and near to your heart, or things that you want to know more about, or one moment in your life that was extremely special to you. Or what you may want to do is find things that remind you of your former self. The things that before you became a mother or a father and a business owner or a working professional and had so many responsibilities, the things that you became so passionate about when you were a younger person or before you had tons of different responsibilities. I think it's important for you to channel and tap into the deeper, most inner parts of yourself that allow you to celebrate the total you. And that will allow you to create a space that is completely unpredictable. And an example is, for me, as I've mentioned before many times, I'm pretty thoughtful, I'm consistent, I'm pragmatic, I'm logical, I'm sort of all of those things. And my home is truly reflective of that. It's organized, it's planned, it's thoughtful, but I do look for moments of unexpected wit and unexpected things that show my unique side. I value my younger self that was super curious, which I still have today and I appreciate, that was much more free-spirited and bohemian, and I have fewer opportunities to do that today than I did before in the past. And so I look for small introductions of that in my office at work and then also in my home to remind me of the things that I valued when I was younger. And it's an unexpected, unpredictable introduction in my home that just adds some personality and really sheds light into who I am totally as a person, not just what you see on the surface, which is usually how people decorate their home. So there are two things in my home that are non-predictable and that really show my unique side and my personality. They're fairly small, but I'm excited to share them with you. So the first one, if you've watched the previous videos, which I hope you have, you know that I am obsessed with coffee table books. I'm obsessed with collecting them. I have a few areas in my home where I actually have them on display. And I have one particular coffee table book, coffee table / picture book that I love. It's one that was actually created for children. It is all about the alphabet and it goes through A through Z, but it's such an interesting alphabet pop-up book that I love it. It's interesting, it's crafty, it's decorative, it's design driven, it's graphic because it's only black, white, and red. And there's something very artistic, educational, innovative about it that I just truly love. And for me, it's an unexpected twist because out of all of the beautiful, sort of larger, glossy coffee table books that, you know, some have cost $20, others have cost much more than that. And they're coffee table books that have either very famous paintings in it or interesting photographers or have great celebrities in it. The book that I really love the most and the book that I actually talk about the most and the book that I actually share with guests when they walk in my house is a $10 pop-up children's book that is all about the letters of A through Z that is in black, white, and red. And so the second unique and unpredictable item that I have in my home is actually a bobblehead that I received from a friend of mine who was visiting from the Netherlands. And when you think of bobbleheads that we have today, those bobbleheads are just really animated. They are over the top. They usually are caricatures of a very famous person. Well, this was one of the original bobbleheads, and it is a remake of it, and it's less about a character. They're not oversized, it's not animated, it's small in scale, it's probably about 3 inches tall, it's made out of wood, and it is an organic shape. It's very different from the expected books and the expected pillowcases and rugs and all of those things. It's a playful, childish moment, but one that's done in a way that is stylish and modern. So those are my 2 items that are unexpected and interesting. I'm here today to talk to you about style and interior design. So welcome to this episode, and today we are going to talk about decorative knobs and pulls, specifically hardware. And you may be asking, why is hardware important? Well, if you've watched the last several videos, I love things that are not only decorative, but things that are functional. And hardware is one of those things that is undervalued, and also people really don't focus on it as much. So it's a forgotten element in your home that is small but makes a big impact.